Hi.
Hi.
So, um, it got scrubbed twice.
Yeah,
Not,
I was moping around the house all Saturday.
yeah, not always. Oops. Not always. Actually, it would be better for it to scrub than for it to have a rud, but
Yes.
it now it's not looking good for it this month. So, we have a bunch of topics to cover today, and let's start covering the topics. Mission overview. Do you want to do that, or do you want me to do
You do it at your stream.
that?
I kind of got bombarded in here.
Okay. So, um, the Yes rocket well the rocket will lift off of the pad at T0 with four RS-25s and two solid rocket boosters. It will clear the tower at T plus 6 seconds. It'll do a tower avoidance maneuver like the Saturn V did, where it pitches away from the tower and then pitches back to where to its orbital inclination. It'll The boosters will separate around 2.5 minutes into flight, which will then be followed by a board tower jettison at around 3 minutes into flight. The core stage will burn the RS-25 engines for around 8 minutes before I think it's Miko.
Biko.
Biko? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know what they call it anymore. It's too much.
Because ULA does Biko. SpaceX does Miko.
Yeah.
And
So
NASA does a little bit of both.
yeah. So then the ICPS, or interim cryogenic propulsion stage, then separates away from the core stage. It burns the single RL-10 engine, which is a very heavily flight proven rocket engine. That'll burn until they get to orbit. The core stage will smash into the Indian Ocean at around the same time that the TLI burn is completed. The TLI, or translunar injection, will bring Orion into a near no. It'll send it shooting around the moon before it burns once again. No, and then it'll
Yeah,
separate from Orion, and then the Orion service module will will burn the.
European Service Module.
Thank you. The European service module will then burn retrograde to enter Orion into its near rectilinear halo orbit. Then it'll sort of just float there or orbit the moon before returning back to Earth. The European service module will then separate. Orion will phase heat shield down and re enter the atmosphere and land. It's actually really close to San Francisco. It's like 100 miles off the coast or something. Actually, it's like 100 kilometers to like 2,100 kilometers or something. It's like every day. I learned that on Everyday Astronaut Stream.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah, because he had to leave. Except now he's going to California for Firefly, so.
Yes, which will be streaming next weekend.
Yep. I'm excited for
Because
that,
this will hopefully be their first successful fight.
hopefully. The first one was really cool.
Yeah, it was
Flip and boom.
spectacular.
Flip and
Yeah,
boom.
flip and boom. We should put that on merch.
Flip and boom. It's no longer flip and burn, it's flip and boom.
Or boost back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, and we will answer them.
Yes. Um so yeah, the next topic is launch windows. Previous, I'm assuming. I I was tired when I wrote this script or list. So NASA hasn't released any public launch windows. Um, 1 second. NASA hasn't released any public launch windows for the next uh, launch, but they have released the past launch windows. Do you want to talk about those windows?
Sure.
Okay.
Um. So we've already obviously passed the September or third launch window, and obviously it's not happening today or tomorrow. So that's all that's shown on my on current data. So we should suspect it to happen about by at earliest in August, unless they find some miraculous fix.
Yeah, which I hope they do because I like SLS and I want it to fly up.
20 end up for Flamey end down.
Yeah, and hopefully both boosters light because I saw someone comment that it would be really bad if only one booster lit and it just spirals off the pad.
Oh yeah, I just had that random thought, like,
Yeah,
uh,
that would be really bad.
I saw someone in the chat on one of the live streams saying, make sure to check your staging.
Yes, NASA, please check your staging.
I can't tell you how many times I've done that.
Everyone that plays Kerbal Space Program will mess up their staging eventually, or if they haven't already.
Yes, and I'm currently mad at Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah. Okay. System.
And
What?
never mind.
I don't know what I meant by systems. Um. Yeah, we'll just skip that. What happened on August 29th, the launch window? You
No
want?
boom.
Yeah. Well, there was no boom, no fire, no crackle.
Yeah.
Um. There was a bleed valve issue with engine 3, which now everyone is complaining about engine 3. So now it's become a meme in the space community. Engine 3 not bleeding
Oh,
correctly.
I have one. I'm posting it in the Discord. So if you're not a member of the Discord, become a member right now.
I will get that link and put it into chat right away if I can find it.
I'm adding everyone on it.
That's not me. There. Stand by. Stand by. Incoming link in the chat. Oh wait, I just have to press. I just have to do Nightbot. Okay, so.
Just sent it.
Oops, wrong thing. Okay, Nightbot sent it.
I love how it does say something else, probably something that's not appropriate, and they blurt it out, and it's like instead of it's just screw.
One second, I'm going to check our Discord. That is a great meme. Exclusive. If you want access to our Discord server, just join the Discord server. That was the worst, like, advertisement that I've ever done. But okay, on to the next topic.
We
What?
got like 4 more people in the Discord server in the last 2 days.
Yes, it's been growing. So
It's like
hi Lola 8878 and SLS Lover and Antares.
yeah. Well, this person must have just joined to just to be in our server because they have no profile picture, and it says they're new to Discord.
Yeah,
Should I invite some random kid I haven't talked to in over 6 months?
that's a good idea. You should try that.
Alright, I'm gonna invite. Okay, I haven't talked to him in like 6 months. Okay, back to SLS.
Okay. What did the team fix after August 29th? Well, they made engine 3 bleed, which by bleed we're not meaning like blood. We're meaning
Like,
propellants.
hydrogen, right? I'm tired.
I have no idea actually. Scott Manley, we need you. Um,
Yes.
so this would be a good time for me to watch Scott Manley, but we are on his live stream right now, so we cannot really do that.
Yeah.
If you want the answer to that, join our Discord server because that's sort of just where we post all of our thoughts, ideas, and whatever we want to.
Bam.
Yes, a lot of spam. So, next on the list, September 2. So, no, September 2nd. Why did they move from September 2nd to September 3rd? Do you know why?
Um, I guess they just weren't ready.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that either. It might them be not ready. It might
Someone put a
be.
question in the chat.
Oh, what's the use of launch windows when all it does is sit on the launch pad? Well, the thing is, it's not supposed to just sit on the launch pad. It's
Yeah,
also
it's
supposed to
supposed to go.
fly upward,
Yeah,
but
but
it hasn't flown
wait.
upward yet. So,
Yeah, but I guess what is the point of a launch window when you can just have an instantaneous window?
the point of having a launch window is so that you can work out problems. So,
Yeah, I
let's
guess it's
say
just it's basically wiggle room. That's
yeah,
basically what it is.
because they were targeting 9:03 on Monday or the previous Monday, not this Monday. Um, instead of the 8:33 start of the window, they were targeting 30 minutes into the window, but then they scrubbed because the team could not figure out how to fix engine 3. But
And they can also not figure out how to for their own thing.
yeah, so that's the reason why launch windows are a thing. Um, and what was our answer to what happened on September 2nd? Just because weather and they weren't ready.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because weather then was only 30% favorable for liftoff conditions at T0. And yeah,
Yes.
that's not usually the best. Falcon 9 has launched in 20, but that's Falcon 9. It launches no matter what.
Yes. Because
And speaking of Falcon 9, we did have a Falcon 9 flight yesterday, which the booster landed right on the X. But that's not, it usually does that now, so
yeah.
yeah.
It was Starlink 4-20. Ooh, this one's gonna be converted into a sidecore, right?
This was the Falcon Heavy one. It previously flew on Arabsat 6A and STP2. Then it flew on CSG2, Pretty Jellyfish, a Starlink
Yes.
4-10, Starlink 4-18, and KPLO. And yesterday, Starlink Group 4-20, and I'm not gonna pronounce that name because I don't know how to.
Oh, they had a turnaround time of like a month. That's actually kind of fast.
Ooh,
Of like 30 days. It was
31-day
August
turnaround.
4th to September 4th.
That's nice. And the next launch of Falcon 9 should do a jellyfish, but where I live, it is gonna be full cloud cover. So
Yay.
thank you, Earth.
Yes.
Um,
And I think I have to be somewhere. I think I have to be somewhere.
yeah.
Oh God.
What?
I don't know. I just like clicked onto like a Scott Manley Twitch stream, and he was building SLS, and he put two side boosters on the side and then two on the front and back.
That is accursed.
So I
Um,
guess they're. Oh, I know what I was watching some random show because I was bored on Netflix, and it was called Space Force. Have you seen that
no. Is it good?
show? Not really.
I'm still gonna
Show.
watch it. I have
Fuck
nothing
it.
else better to do with my time.
Okay. Images. It looks so cursed. It's literally. Yeah. It's literally like. It looks like the Vulcan core, and two Falcon 9 strapped to the side. Copy image. And if you want it, post it. Go to the Discord.
Yeah. Basically, if you want to see anything, just join the Discord.
I'm putting it in spam.
Okay, so now let's get back to SLS. What happened on September 3rd?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this actually, I did the last one. You can talk about
Now
it.
you can talk about it.
All right. So basically, what happened was the uh yeah. So there was a. I'm just trying to think of the right way to say it. Um. So there was like the rubber that like seals the tail service mast umbilical that helps fill the rocket with its fuel. That they kept creating overpressure warnings in it, and they could not fix it. So they're going to go onto the pad and see if it's it needs such a substantial repair um that you need to that they need to roll it back to the VAB. And if they roll it back to the VAB, it's probably going to be at earliest November.
Yeah. And the reason they are rolling it back is because the FTS, or flight termination system, is only approved for 20 days on the pad, which is today. But NASA extended that by 5 days to 25 days. So the latest they will be able to keep it out on the pad is Saturday, September 10th, before they have to roll the vehicle back. So there's for sure going to be a rollback of SLS. It's just not known when it's going to roll back out to the pad.
Yeah, because the FTS is kind of important.
It is sort of important. And that just answered two questions. That's nice. What will they have to fix in the VAB?
That depends.
That does depend. They're probably gonna put some like tape over the no. They're gonna have to fix a bunch of stuff because they never actually went through a full wet dress rehearsal. Successfully.
Yes.
So
It's a wet dress rehearsal, so it's not a wet dress rehearsal.
what?
Does anyone else hear that? That boing, 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 boing?
No.
It's coming from your.
It is. 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me open the stream really quick. 1 second.
It's like a dun 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 dun.
Stand by. Working on problem solving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me open the stream really quick.
It's like a dun 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 dun.
I think that's on your end because I can't hear it.
It's coming from actually, but it really does not matter if it can't hear it on stream.
Yeah. Okay. When is the next launch opportunity? September 19th.
I don't think that's realistic.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to. That's when NASA's stream is set for. It's set for midnight of September 17th, but
That basically
19th.
means like we have no day.
Yeah. So that's the earliest they could launch, which it's unlikely they're going to launch. That runs until like October 2nd before they have their next launch phase, which is in mid to late October.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that doesn't coincide with NG18 because I'm going to be there at Wallops. So hopefully it's a different day than that.
I don't think they do to us.
Hopefully not. Because they're moving it around the Crew 5 launch. So, yeah.
Yeah, because they can't have two. They can't have both those launches,
Yeah.
and they also need a range extension now.
Yeah. Wait, what was the range in section? Extension
think-
4.
I forget, but I think it's like 25 days now,
Yeah.
and that ends in like
That ends on September 10th. I think. Okay. Next.
yeah.
How do the SRBs work?
So you basically put a bunch of solid boomy juice in a tube, and you put some fire on it.
Voila. Solid rocket motors. And why are the SRBs taller and have more segments, but the burn time is the same? That's because
More thrust.
yeah, there's
No,
more.
wait.
There is more thrust. It's because the diameter is the same, and they burn from the inside. They burn from the center, the drilled out hole, and they burn outward. So that's why the thrust decreases over time because it has to travel through more of the nozzle to get out. So the thrust lowers because it burns from inside out. So the height does not matter. It's the diameter that matters. So if the boosters were thicker, then the burn time would be longer. If the boosters were thinner, like the Gem 63s on Atlas, they would burn for a shorter amount of time. But yeah, there's thrust difference and other difference.
Yeah, pretty much.
How does the core stage work? You want to cover that?
Sure. So basically, the top tank is liquid oxygen, and I think and that is actually smaller because liquid oxygen is more dense than liquid hydrogen, which is the bottom tank, which is much, much larger. It is very low density, which means for to get the amount you need a lot of space for it. And the core stage will burn 8 minutes, all just shy of orbit, and then once separating from the interim car propulsion stage, which is the SLS upper stage for like the first couple flights, and it'll splash down. I think like off the coast of Hawaii, somewhat.
Um, I have no idea. I think it. Yeah, I don't know. How does the ICPS work? Well, there's two tanks. One's liquid oxygen and one is liquid hydrogen. Um, those are stacked on top of each other. Not sure which one's on top. I think it's the same as the core stage. Liquid oxygen's on the top, hydrogen's on the bottom. And then there is a single RL-10 engine, which is the same engine used on the upper stage of Atlas V, but in but no, wait 1 second. If this is an actual video, I could cut that out, but this is live stream. Um, but there's only one. But Atlas V also uses one. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking. There's one RL-10 engine and two tanks, and it burns.
And it'll actually for TLI, and it'll burn for a couple seconds right as it separates to put it into an orbit, a parking orbit around the Earth, and then once everything is go, it'll burn for about 20 minutes to set Orion on and the European Service Module on a trajectory toward the moon.
Yep. How does Orion work? I don't really know. It's just a capsule, and it carries people sometimes. I don't even know. Well, thank you, Tired Me, for writing all these questions here. How does what?
What's the next one?
How does the launch escape system work?
Uh, yeah. So the launch and escape system is it basically is multiple solid rocket motors. It's that tall spire thing right at the top, and it can pull Orion away from the failing rocket very fast. And those four things. Wait, is it bleeding?
What? No, that's just an old video.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that's
So
behind the
yeah.
scenes stuff. Yeah, I'll zoom back out. That's how the launch escape system or launch abort system works.
And it pulls Orion away.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go into that.
It's actually not propellant. There's no propellant in the launch abort system for the Artemis I mission because it's uncrewed. But I would think that you should test it out if there is an emergency on SLS. But
I, but it apparently is cheaper just to get rid of the thing.
yeah, but it probably can't be that much cheaper compared to the price of the actual rocket. Hmm. Okay, upcoming plans.
Wait, I didn't see this.
What?
I was just reading something. Fly now.
Okay, so upcoming plans for Artemis I. They're gonna roll back to the VAB or VAB, Vehicle Assembly Building, and hopefully they can fix the issues so they can roll back out for the September 19th launch date, but that is very unlikely. Maybe they can target later in the launch period, like very late September, like September 30th or early October. But if they miss that window, then they'll have to wait until late October to get that launch in. Um, so hopefully it launches the next launch period, but I'd rather see us wait for the launch than see a big boom, because that would not be good.
Yeah, I just added a new role in the Discord,
What is it?
Ankla SXC Management.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So this is more of an update stream, not just for SLS.
Yeah. So, and is Artemis actually good? Yes, it is. That is all the checkboxes checked, but we've only been live for around 25 minutes. I'll try to get 35 or 45 minutes in today. So now let's
What
talk
other
about space events. What?
what other launches happened this week?
That's a good question. So we started the week. I'll just count Saturday as part of the week. We started the week with Starlink 4-23 launching aboard a Falcon 9 rocket from Slick 40 at Cape Canaveral. That carried 54 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit on the repaired B-1069, which previously flew on CRS-24, also known as Into the Clouds, just like Transporter 4. Um, and this was its second flight. This was the booster that came back with all the engines like melted, the landing legs ripped up. It had a big lean. The octograbber was gone. This was the
Yeah,
this was the bad booster, but it
it
got
was really
repaired.
rough. There's some really rough seas.
Yeah, and but it got repaired, launched at 11:41 on August 27th, and successfully landed on a short of gravitas in the Atlantic Ocean. Next, we followed up. The next launch was on Wednesday, August 31st at 1:40 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is 10:40 p.m. Pacific Time, from Space Launch Complex 4 East at the Vandenberg Space Force Base in California.
Yeah,
It carried the fourth group of Starlink satellites into the third shell. I can't talk. And that carried 46 Starlink satellites into orbit with B-1063, which is the multi-port booster, having launched from both Vandenberg and Cape Canaveral.
yeah,
Then we had Yaogan 33-02, which launched from Site 9401, um, Jiuquan Space, no, Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in China. Not much is known about that, but
yeah,
yeah. And then yesterday we had Starlink 4-20 and Varuna TDM at 10:09 p.m. from Slick 40, Cape Canaveral. Do you want to cover the upcoming launches?
yeah. So this week we actually have a second flight, and if you remember, Firefly had their first flight a year ago, right?
Uh, I think it might actually be a year ago on the dot. 1 second. Firefly. Uh, no, it is
It
just
was
over 1 year.
yeah, it was just over 1 year, like 3 days ago. And if you don't remember, Firefly was also selected to provide the engines for the first stage of the Ontaries 330. And so this is the second overall Firefly mission. It's called Firefly Alpha to the Black, and the rocket's Firefly Alpha, and this will be launching on Sunday, September 11th at 6 o'clock p.m. And will be the second demonstration flight, and it will carry some educational payloads and hopefully they don't rud.
Hopefully.
And this is actually a small rocket, only producing 736 kilonewtons and only 1,000 kilograms to low Earth orbit. And it is a two-stage rocket coming in about almost double the size of uh, Rocket Lab's Electron rocket, with a fairing height of 5 meters. And
Actually, I'll put this in the corner.
yes,
Actually, I'll
this
put.
so for 2022, the overall stats for the entire world will be the 117th global launch attempt of the entire year. And reason I skipped directly to that one was because it's basically like a first flight. And there is RS-1, which I'm not sure what that is. Huh? What is it? Is it like the military? Is this like a startup? There's so many startups. Unfortunately, a lot of them fail. Put a pic, put a picture of the rocket I just sent you up on screen. It's very cursed. So it's like two Falcon 9 side cores and a Vulcan center core. It looks very cursed. So that is basically what's happened in space this week. There was a Russian EVA. Um, if I can find it, and to repair an arm on the space, actually install an arm on the space station. Uh, don't you see what I mean? It's like
Oh, I was muted. Oops.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you
I
mean
I
you're
was
muted?
accidentally muted on my stream. My bad.
So that is the cursed rocket.
Yeah. Okay. Is there
Does
anything?
Orion have Netflix? If not, it'll be a boring mission.
Uh, I doubt it, but you never know. Crew Dragon had Netflix, so you never know. This mission, no, because there's no crew, and you don't need Netflix to entertain a crew that's not there. But
I'm sure the mannequins would like Space Force.
yeah, Okay.
Actually, they didn't do a bad job of showing the launch pad.
No.
The rocket is bad.
Okay, but that will pretty much be it for this. Um, yeah. Okay. Bye bye. Or do we have anything else to talk about? Or oh
No, I
yes,
don't
one
think
second.
so.
There's the Ariane 5 launch. This
Oh
will
yeah,
be the fourth to final Ariane 5 launch. Actually, it
so
might be the third.
obviously we'll be streaming that.
This will be the fourth. I will try to stream it. I might be busy. That's actually tomorrow.
What time?
5:45 p.m.
Oh yeah, that works out perfectly actually. Wait, no, it doesn't.
That does not
I,
work out for me at all.
I have like an orthodontist appointment.
So we will not be streaming that unless something happens or they scrub it for the day after or something. But this will be the fourth to final Ariane 5 flight. So yeah, that's it. If you like this type of stream, subscribe please.
Yeah, we're almost at 600.
Yep.
Well, not me, him.
Okay, bye.